Hello and welcome back to 60 Plays. Pokemon Violet. Today we're doing some more class stuff here at Uva Academy, and day of recording this, we just finished the Sonic Generation, and there will be a stream. the next stream bod will be streamed later, just after this. So today we are doing all the Course 2s. Second course classes for each course. So let's get started with biology with Mr. Jock. Hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn something new today. Did you all try using the CR button to let your Pokemon out as I taught you in your last class? Walking along with your Pokemon lets you see how unique and cute they all are. I'd also highly recommend picnics for when you want to spend some quality time together with the Pokemon in your party. You can get them all around the table to make sandwiches and play. It's really a lot of fun. You want to learn more about making food? Mr. Seguro's class is the best place to go. Now, sometimes while you're enjoying a picnic with your Pokemon, you may find something very, very important in the basket next to your table. This very important something is what Pokemon are born from. Let's all say it together. Egg. Interesting. The important something is a Pokemon egg. It's not clear where these eggs come from, but they're probably placed in the basket rather stealthily by the Pokemon at the picnic. Walking around with an egg will warm it, which allows it to help. Eggs won't warm up by sitting in boxes, though. You have to have them in your party. And here's one more super important thing I'd like you to remember about eggs. Pokemon entrust us with their eggs because they believe in them. So I sure would be happy to see you all being responsible parents for your little Pokemon egg. Okay. Oops, my most important point came right as the bell rang. Well, see you all next time, I guess. Okay, telling you that's how you get a... Math 2. Let's see what Miss Time has for us this time. I did not mean to just say that. Hello everyone, and let's have a fun class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy shopping? Buying tasty bread or choosing new clothes? Even just window shopping is so much fun. In today's class, I'd like to use shopping, one of my favorite hobbies, mind you, to teach you all about math. Sure, everyone has visited a Pokemon at least once. They sell all sorts of Pokemon items. Pokeballs are one of the many useful items you can find there. They cost 200 each. Now then, I'd like you to do some thinking with me here. One Pokeball is 200 if you had 2,000 and could buy as many Pokeballs as you could afford. How many would you see? Oh, this is a trick question, ain't it? Obviously, the answer is 10. Just standard Pokeballs is 10. But what about the Premier Ball that comes with it? Does that count in this scenario? So let's check. I wonder if there's already basic. Here's the mid. Okay. I had a feeling. Okay. My first thought when I saw that was technically correct, yet technically right. Okay. How many Pokeballs could you afford? The correct math answer is 10. 10 times 200 is 2,000. However, in Pokeball terms, when buying it, you also get the free Premier Ball. So technically, in the instance of Pokemon, you get the baker's dozen. That's correct. Well done. At 2,000, you can afford to purchase a maximum of 10 Pokeballs. However, if you purchase 10 or more of any one type of Pokeball, you will also receive one Premier Ball, a special white ball, as a bonus. So the correct answer is in fact here, 11. The trick is, technically, your parentheses is 2 times 10. And for every instance of 10... Okay, this is actually more difficult. I'm making this harder than it needs to be. Because technically, you also, every time you get a digit of 10 in more modern Pokemon game, you also get the next Premier Ball. So if you got 20, you'd get 2. So it would technically be 200 times 10. Or 2,000 divided by 200 plus X. Or which X equaling a digit of 10. Plus 1. I made it harder than it needed to be. It sure is nice to get a little bonus like that on a shopping trip, isn't it? Yep. That's a bit of, at least Pokemon math that I had gotten into a lot of. This is why in older games that didn't automatically tally the Premier Ball upon every 10, I just bought Pokeballs in batches of 10. Because it used to not be that way. I think Gen 3 had that issue, and definitely Gen 4 had that issue. Okay, next class. After that issue of mine. You'd like history with Miss Ryford. Yes. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now a part of history. Technically true. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. About 2,000 years ago, this region came under the rule of the Paldean Empire. Interesting. Historical accounts describe the emperor as being quite the dictator. This emperor also zealously believed the legend of the treasure that rests deep within Area Zero. Is this a reference to potentially conquest? I must mention that the civilizations of our ancestors were not as developed as ours is today. People back then were far more likely to believe in mysterious legends, magic, and beings beyond human comprehension. In an attempt to gain the power to stand against Paldea's neighboring countries, the Emperor set people in droves to join the hunt for the fabled treasure of Area Zero. Aha! Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Keldeo. Answer me this. Approximately how many years ago was it that the Chaldean Empire began to rule this region? Didn't we just go over this? It's 2000. Just because this is a dumb thing. Yeah, we just said it was 2,000 years ago. You are a surprisingly clever one, aren't you? I see you're listening intently to my lecture. The answer is about 2,000 years ago. That is when the great era of exploration began. However, it is said that not a single adventurer set out by the Emperor ever reached the depths of Area Zero. Oh no. Was it the punishing journey itself that barred their way, or perhaps some unknown creature? The resounding failure of this great era of exploration almost certainly heightened the air of mysteries surrounding the crater. But what I wouldn't give to explore Area Zero and its untouched state at that time. I suppose I can only hope for the swift invention of a time machine. Oh ho, is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your young minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. I hate that was a freaking trick question right there, like seriously. Good evening, Master. What class would you like to take? Languages for 200, please. You'd like languages with Mr. Salvatore? Yes. Class will begin soon. Do not be tardy. My dear friends, how are you all today? Feeling absolutely fantastic, I hope. It's time for Salvatore's language lesson. Est vos presets? Are you ready, everyone? I didn't notice this last time we did the class thing. That's a picture of that's actually a decent 3DS footage of Alola in the bottom right. I think that's a battle scene. An into battle screen. You can answer with yes or oui. Oui. Yes. C'est super. In our last class, I believe I taught you all how to say thank you in other languages, right? Not again! In la course de jour here? Today's class. So, I could tell course probably translates to class. How does the second half probably go today? We will learn about a certain word sure to make people happy when you use it in your travels abroad. What word, you ask? Well, you'll have to guess. Buono or bueno? No, buono. Delicious? Aushi. Buono. Can anyone tell me what these words mean? These none of those words are, as far as I'm aware, sorry or help. But the context clue earlier is, will make everyone happy if you use it in your neck area. That would probably be delicious. Oh, correct. C'est super. I knew I could count on you, Keldeo. Delicious, healthy, buono. All of these words mean delicious. Okay. I assume the first one is French. The second one I would assume is Chinese. Again. Yep. First one was French. The last one I have no idea where. Yep. Okay. Is that used in other languages? No. Okay, so that is at least doesn't immediately translate to the list, but it's italic from at least this search. From a quick search. Using the local word for delicious at markets or restaurants is sure to get a big sourire, smile, that is, from whoever you're talking to. Yeah, I understand you like it. It'll make communication go more smoothly, I guarantee. Okay. People love it when someone says the cuisine of their homeland is delicious. Who wouldn't be happy to receive such a compliment? Correct. That's the only way I can figure that's how it's pronounced. Now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. The first step to smooth communication is to compliment the person you're talking to. After all, it's not very likely that a compliment would put someone in a bad mood. This doesn't only apply to people in other regions either, it's the same for all of you too. You can put this tip to use with your classmates, especially if you're new. How about you all try complimenting each other after class? I bet it will make for ambient plus sympathique, a more friendly atmosphere. I will assume, since he seems to have a lot of more French terms, I assume that is French. That's all for today. See you all prochain cours. Next lesson, that is. Adios, matane. Matane. There's a space. Good evening, Master. What class would you like to take? Battle Studies 2, please. Battle Studies with Miss Dendra. Yes. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. I like how some of these are tutorials, some of these are actually decent lessons. Another day, another round of battle study. Also, let's get right to it. Is everyone excited about the treasure hunt? It's always a great adventure. You get to take on gyms, go to new places, and run all over the place with your partner Pokemon. And while you're running around out there, I'll bet you'll come across some big shining crystals fairly often as well. These crystals are actually collections of terrestrial energy that seeps up out of the ground. You can check out these crystals to battle Terra Pokemon with your friends or other trainers in a group of 4. We call these battles Terra Raid battles. Okay. Terra Pokemon you'll face off in a raid battle are crazy enough. Tough. They sometimes act differently than regular Pokemon, so you'll need to be on your guard. Luckily, trainers can use a special action in Terra Raid battles. It's called cheering. And there are 3 different types of cheers you can go. Go all out boosts the attack and special attack. Getting tough is the defense and special defense. The third, well, let's see if you can get it. This cheer restores HP for all allied Pokemon. What do you think it is? I assume... I haven't done a lot of these, so I honestly don't know. I assume it's Heal Up. Wham Bam Potion does sound like something this Pokemon would do. They confuse everyone. That's right. Maybe I should make you the battle teacher, huh, new kid? No, because the only thing I do to these poor other students is force them to battle and wipe the floor with them, potentially. The third and final cheer is Heal Up. It's a real powerhouse with the ability to restore both HP and cure status conditions. You can cheer up to 3 times during a single raid battle. Also, cheering uses up a turn in battle, so you won't be able to have your Pokemon use any of their moves when you cheer. In conclusion, try everything at your disposal. If nothing seems to be working, try cheering on your allies. Providing support for your team can sometimes open up a new realm of possibility. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we're out of time. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. The game is... I feel like they didn't want to force this upon you, because I think they said you had to do all the classes first before going on the treasure hunt, but they didn't want to force it and let people just go into the treasure hunt immediately. So this is why everything is separated. Good evening, Master. What class? Art 2. With, if I remember correctly, Hassel. Who we saw in the last pod. Talking to us about how well we did against Miss Rhyme. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. Or Hazel. In our previous class, we discussed what beauty is, which might have been a little boring for you. So today, I thought I would mix things up a little to pique your interest in art. Allow me to introduce our special guest. It's a Gibble! This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. It's a Professor Gibble. Now, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. Ooh, interesting. Blop, blop. It's obvious because of which starter I have. As some of you may know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble would be of the Dragon and Ground typing, but terrestrializing, it succeeded in changing its type. So, class, what type do these lovely glistening flowers above Gibble's head represent? Oh, I see Penny in the background. And I almost said peony. That's the last trick. The grass type. It's not like my first Pokemon was the grass starter. Excellent, Keldeo. Full marks for you. These beautiful flowers above Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of the Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. To summarize, if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrialized during battle, observe the Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see what type it has become, and choose effective moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victories. The terrestrial phenomenon is indeed fascinating and deep subject to discuss. That is it for today, class. Thank you, Professor Gibble, for your help. Glamgib. I think the best typing I could change for the Terra type I would need stuff for changing my starter type would be... So, to completely negate both weaknesses, but also take advantage of someone using a Pokemon that is weak, flying? Flying or steel? Not completely steel, but steel. Because a fighting type would break a steel type in two. But fairy and fighting are weak, make dark kind of iffy. Poison and fire issues for grass. So ground would work as well. I'd also have to know which extra typing moves my Pokemon would be able to learn. But still would immune the poison weakness. The former poison weakness. And our last class is Home Ec with Mr. Saguro. Yes. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. But Terra typing is probably the more interesting one because it really... Mega Evolution did help with... was more of a ability... A mastery of knowing what abilities came out. This is making sure, oh, hey, what potential typings could this go to completely screw you over with the Pokemon you currently have out. But anyways, put your phones away. It is time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can get from food on picnics. It can receive meal powers and even restore HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is a truly convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you are aware, it is not suited for use in battles. When you cannot make food, or when you wish to restore HP quickly, in times such as those, you should make use of healing items, potions, which you can purchase from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used anytime that you open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions 20, Super Potions 60, and Hyper Potions restore 120. Pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you're stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are inextricable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions, you're out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers. The worst feeling ever. I mean, you could fly, but you then lose all your progress in that route. Tell me, Master, what should you search for in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon? Items on the ground, a teacher, a place with water. Technically, those are... A place with water technically is correct. You take the long, slow method as you try to heal your Pokemon. A teacher, if you're in the area, sure. Items on the ground is the correct answer. Perfectly correct. I see you are well learned in survival techniques. If you see something shiny on the ground, it is actually an item that has been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item, such as an Oran Berry potion. You can use the Aura Pokemon to send your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it will decide on its own whether to berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide this timing itself can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need for healing, I suggest you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you may employ for healing your... but I see the bell demands that topic wait. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. And now, time to talk to all the teachers that we just talked to. Had classes for and do a little catch-up review. And we did progress 2 storylines in the last stream prior. So... nope. No changes for the teachers. So, okay. Interesting. That's good. Cool to know. So, with that being done, our next meeting will be a little more leveling, just due to the fact that well, I had some Pokemon die, but we are also gonna get prepped for the next gym. I think the next gym technically is not much higher than the previous gym, but I'd rather be safe than sorry at this point. So I'm going to go to start speccing for 45. And also, because the next one is Psychic, I don't really have any counters for the Psychic type. Well, I say that. I have 3 right here. 3 that are not leveled as much as I'd like them to be. So, for the next stream, we will, which happens after this, just saying, so this will already be done right after this. We will be focusing on a couple extra leveling. I need to go do some other things while we do that as well. Specifically, we'll probably just start spamming the level 50 area that I was spamming with Frigibacks and Artibacks now to get some leveling up for some of these Pokemon. So that essentially the rest of the game we should be able to just quickly clear out. But yeah, that is for the Tuesday's VOD that will be uploaded. The VOD that will be uploaded Tuesday will mainly just be me leveling. More kind of filler, yes, I know, but it's Pokemon, and let's be honest, filler is a part of Pokemon. Following that, it'll be the next VOD will be, well, after the next VOD will probably be a couple more class recordings, just to space out some time for me to just catch up on at least a backlog of VODs. But so after the next 2 rounds of classes, so class group 3 and I think class group 4, we will then head into the Psychic Gym, as well as we will be doing more. After that, we'll start going after the other 3 shrines for the Pokemon that are similar to, hang on. What was that Pokemon's name? Chenpao. So, look forward to that. But anyways, thank you all so very much for watching and stopping by. And I shall see you all next time for more Pokemon Violet. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I shall see you all again next time. Bye!